Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons and Dragons. And today on the Doctor Spell Prognosis, we're talking about the spell Disintegrate, one of my favorite spells in the game. We are giving this one an S because it can end a combat. It's usable by sorcerers and wizards. Not everybody can use it, but this one definitely has a lot of utility, and it can end combats pretty fast. And it's also versatile for DMs out there. Just saying, players need to beware that if a DM has this spell, bad things could happen. All right, but first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or comment. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you know when I have another video coming out. All right, so it is a 6th level spell. And I have to say, we're finally getting to a spell after a couple of days of, to me, mediocre to very below mediocre spells. Disintegrate, Chain Lightning, two of my favorite 6th level spells. These are so awesome. Again, 6th level spell usable by sorcerers and wizards. So it's a base spell for both of them. It's from the basic rules. Warlocks cannot use this spell. Bards could get this spell at 14th level. Takes one action, has a range of 60 feet. It's a verbal, somatic, and material component, which is a worthless one, so we don't care. And it's a dex saving throw, which we actually like dex saving throws. As far as the physical saving throws, that's the one that you want to target out of the 3, strength, constitution, and dex. And there are ways to get around that dex saving throw that we will talk about. And if you can get around the dex saving throw with this spell, it is detrimental to whatever you are targeting. Okay. The target can be a creature, an object, or a creation of magical force, such as a wall created by a wall of force. This gets rid of walls of force. So that's another reason why this is such a great spell, because the utility comes in not only hitting creatures, but hitting things that are in your way and getting rid of them. So a creature targeted by the spell must make a dexterity saving throw. On a fail, the target takes 10d6 plus 40 force damage. Very little has resistance against force damage. And you can target undead and incorporeal undead with this, and it will vaporize them. And how much damage is 10d6 plus 40? 10d6 plus 40 is on average 75 points of damage. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is that there is no half damage on a saving throw. So it's either all or nothing. The target is disintegrated if the damage leaves it with 0 hit points. So for players, if you hit something, you do 75 points of damage, and if it goes to 0, it's gone. Gone, not coming back, gone. If you are a DM, if an enemy, let me say that, if an enemy targets a player and they go to 0 or less, well, you can't go to less. If they go to 0, there's no dying condition. You are dust. That is it. So a disintegrated creature and everything it is wearing and carrying except magic items, somehow magic items are immune to this, whereas a wall of force is not, except magic items are reduced to a pile of fine gray dust. The creature can be restored to life only by means of a true resurrection, not a resurrection, but a true resurrection, not revivify and not raise dead, not reincarnate, a true resurrection or a wish spell. This spell automatically disintegrates a large or smaller non-magical object or a creation of magical force. So those walls of force are going to have a big giant hole in them, and then they're done. If the target is a huge or large object or creation of force, the spell disintegrates a 10-foot cube portion of it. A magical item is unaffected by this spell. So there is that. Now, when you cast this spell using a spell slot of 7th level or higher, the damage increases by 3d6 for each slot above 6th level. I don't really think it's necessary to upcast this spell. It only does an extra, on average, 10 to 11 points of damage. So if you cast it as a 7th level spell instead of 75, it's 85. Unless you really want to get rid of something. Unless you just want to end it, then it does about 85 points of damage at level 7, 95 points of damage at level 8, and 105 points of damage at level 9. And that might be worth it to end a combat. You know, you got a big bad boss. They're down. They're below 100 health. Just barely. Bam, 9th level disintegrate. As long as they fail their dex save, they're gone. Now, you do have to be careful with big bosses because they do have legendary resistance, and they could just make their saving throw. Now, let's talk about ways to mitigate that dex save. Of course, we've got a number of spells that wizards and sorcerers can cast. We've got Whole Person. So if we've got a humanoid, we can hold them. They are paralyzed. Now, why is that important? Because paralyzed creatures automatically fail strength and dex saving throws. Automatically fail, which means they're going to take the damage. And if they take the damage and it's more than their hit points, they are gone. Then we've got Hold Monster. Again, another nasty one. Automatically fail dex saving throws. Okay, we've got Black Tentacles, which restrains, which gives disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. And we've got Web. These are just different examples. There are plenty of spells that do restraining, and I'm sure there are more spells that do paralysis or incapacitation type of things. So this one, Web, is is restrained, so the creature has disadvantage. In addition, of course, we're going to talk about, because this is a wizard spell, we're going to talk about School of Divination and Portent. I've got a really low die for you, and I want to hold you or I want to disintegrate you. Let's say I want to hold you so that you just fail the saving throw. So I can do that, and then I can disintegrate you and you're gone. Of course, be careful of legendary creatures with legendary resistance. Again, another one, we've got the Bard, my favorite Bard, College of Eloquence. We've got the Unsettling Words, which I can give you I can subtract from your saving throw. If you are playing with Silvery Barbs, then you could use Silvery Barbs as a spell too for saving throw modifications. A lot of people don't play with that. That's a very overpowered spell. All right. So again, great spell. We're giving it an S. It can end combats. It does have a ton of utility. This is on the power level or more for 6th level. It's almost too powerful for a 6th level spell, but we'll take it. It's on the level and a little bit more than Chain Lightning, and it's definitely way more than Create Homunculus and way more than Create Undead. All right, that's what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody later.